All right, the last part of the lecture, for the last part of the lecture, I actually wanted to share with you guys a pretty quick segment from a really, really good movie that I saw when I was in high school, which I know sounds like the Stone Age, but I promise I'm not that old. It's called With Honors, and you will recognize these two main characters right here, Brendan Fraser, the Mummy, and then Joe Pesci. And essentially, why I picked this clip is it totally connects to our chapter on the Constitution. And so this is a law class at Harvard. And Joe Pesci right here is a homeless man whom Brendan Fraser has sort of taken in to pay him back for a favor that Joe Pesci did. Anyways, Joe Pesci is going to this law class with Brendan Fraser, and the issue that they're talking about is the Constitution is so vague. Is that genius by our founding fathers, or is that what makes it weak and ineffective? So I just wanted to share this with you guys because I think it's really thought-provoking and definitely is a question that I hope to discuss with you guys in class.
Founding fathers, or to be politically correct, our founding parents, designed the Constitution to prevent the presidency from becoming another form of tyranny. An elected king. Well, did they succeed?
I smell an apple.
Miss Moore, you have an answer.
The president is not an elected king.
Indeed. Could the president of the United States, without consulting those he governs, more or less destroy the entire world?
Well, I guess he could.
You guess he could. Could Julius Caesar have done that? Could Napoleon? Could Adolf Hitler?
But they tried to. Aren't you making a false analogy?
Oh, this is my lucky day. I ask a question, and I get a question in response. You do belong in government, my dear. Sit down, please. Now, does anyone have an answer for me instead of a quiz?
Don't be a hero, boy.
Mr. Kessler, your thoughts?
The president can't bomb without reason.
He has a reason. He thinks we need more parking spaces. The point is, can he destroy the world?
Not without Congress.
Now, Mr. Kessler, after 4 years of Harvard, has it escaped your attention that the president can make war for 90 days without consulting Congress?
Well, that's right.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kessler. At least I'm going to pass this course. Sit down, please. My question still stands. What is the particular genius of the Constitution?
Nice try, General.
What quality distinguishes the American Constitution?
He promised me he'd be
I
quiet.
told you not to stand up, didn't I? Well, you shouldn't raise your hands.
You, sir.
Oh, me?
Yes, do you have an opinion on this?
No.
Are you a student in this class?
No.
Are you a guest?
No, I'm a bum.
There are no bums. There are only the financially challenged.
No, I'm a bum. But bear in mind, I'm a Harvard bum.
You must be the logical result of an open admissions policy.
No, sir. My presence here is the logical result of the search for edible garbage.
You're here for the garbage.
That's right. Colleges produce a lot of garbage. And Harvard produces more than most.
What wit. Inspired, no doubt, by wild turkey. You ask for charity, pleading that society has failed you and you need help. But actually, you're quite capable, and what you really want is alcoholic bliss.
I would rather drink rubbing alcohol than listen to you, if that's what you mean.
And according to the 21st Amendment, you can drink anything you want.
Simon,
Which door do I leave from?
At Harvard, we don't end our sentences with prepositions.
Well, in that case, which door do I leave from? Asshole.
What democratic eloquence.
You asked the question. question, sir. Let me answer it. The genius of the Constitution is that it can always be changed. The genius of the Constitution is that it makes no permanent rule other than its faith in the wisdom of ordinary people to govern themselves.
Faith in the wisdom of the people is exactly what makes the Constitution incomplete and crude.
Crude? No, sir. Our founding parents were pompous, middle-aged white farmers, but they were also great men, because they knew one thing that all great men should know, that they didn't know everything. They knew they were going to make mistakes, but they made sure to leave a way to correct them. They didn't think of themselves as leaders. They wanted a government of citizens, not royalty. A government of listeners, not lecturers. A government that could change, not stand still. The president isn't an elected king, no matter how many bombs he can drop, because the crude Constitution doesn't trust him. He's a servant of the people. He's a bum, okay, Mr. Pitcairn? He's just a bum. And the only bliss that he's searching for is freedom and justice.
Okay, so I'm sure that I showed you just a little bit of the clip. It just makes you want to keep watching more and more. Again, that movie is named, or called rather, With Honors. And it does pose an interesting question. Is it beneficial that the Constitution can be changed, or does it end up creating more divisiveness among groups? Whereas if it was just taken literally or as we think the Founding Fathers would want it to have been applied, does that create fewer problems? So I definitely want to discuss this, and if you guys agree with Joe Pesci's character, that it's actually the open-endedness of the Constitution that makes it an amazing document.